Namaste, my name is Ekta, and I would like to share my response to messages and allegations. One of the ex-volunteers of the organization that I'm still involved with has put out there on the internet. Normally, I'm not one to speak up much, but when I see such lies being spread online, I feel I cannot sit still and say nothing. So the person I'm talking about is Joy Kuo. That is her current name. I knew her as Irene and also Komal, and her birth name is Zuling Kuo. So this person was associated with cosmic fusion, and she now claims that she's being attacked by us. As you can see, here's a screenshot of one of her YouTube videos where she says, "Awakening with Joy under cult attack." So Awakening with Joy is her latest business venture, and when you look at her video, which is just this long message that plays for about 1 minute, it says that a spiritual organization, which is officially listed as a cult by a New Zealand cult organization, is attacking her. And now I can assure you that cosmic fusion is the furthest thing away from a cult. So the mission of cosmic fusion is to share the quantum vortex scalar wave photon pulse, this most benevolent signature of the source void, with whomever wishes to receive it. So this the quantum vortex scalar wave photon pulse has been brought down on this planet by Sri Mahashiji, the founders of cosmic fusion. And if you so wish, you can be initiated so that you have like 24/7, 365 days a year connection to this beautiful, beautiful signature of the source void, this amazing grace that is for your soul upliftment. It's to help you in your journey to your liberation, for the liberation of your soul. And you're free to tune in with it or not. After you've received this, you're free to do whatever you like with it. This is it. It's all about sharing this amazing gift of grace, this beautiful signature, the quantum vortex scalar wave photon pulse, and that's it. So how this can even be linked to the name cult doesn't make any sense. Now, I had a look on this New Zealand cult organization website, and that is when I started to see what is really going on here. The agenda becomes very clear. So here you see the homepage of this website, and they're actually upfront they're saying this is a Christian, it's for Christians. So I quote, what it says is, "This list is written from a Christian perspective and is primarily intended as a resource for New Zealand Christians." So straight away, it's clear it's a Christian website. And I've gone through this list, and it's very clear. It's anything that is not in line with that particular Christian, I don't even know what to call it, but denomination or whatever it's called. Everything that's not in line with that is labeled as a cult and dangerous. So going through the list, it's very clear. It's anti-Hindu. Hinduism is listed and called a false religion. And also concepts such as karma or reincarnation is listed as dangerous. Any like famous Hindu teachers are listed as dangerous and cult. Even yoga is listed as dangerous. So all you practitioners of yoga out there, you didn't know it, but you're part of a very dangerous cult if you have to believe this website. So who can take this website seriously? But it doesn't even stop there. Going through the list, I saw vegetarianism is labeled as questionable, and you have to have caution. Even meditation is listed as dangerous. And some other new age things also are listed as dangerous. Crystal healing is listed as dangerous. And I thought this is the irony here, because if you look at Awakening with Joyce YouTube channel, there she's offering meditation and crystal healing. So by their own definition and standards, what she's doing is also, should also be listed as a dangerous cult. So who can take this, website and this organization seriously? What basis is, Joy calling anyone a cult? So now, I also wanted to highlight, like I said, this list is very anti-Hindu. So particularly some concepts from Sanatana Dharma are, listed as very dangerous. Hindu teachers are listed as dangerous. Yoga is listed as dangerous. And this is in line with what I've seen in the media. I'm a media manager by profession, and so I get exposed to Western media a lot, daily. And what I've seen is that Hinduism and Hindus are consistently being attacked. And so this, this website and the article that Irene paid for, or that Joy paid for, to slander Cosmic Fusion, fits right in this picture and this agenda by the anti-cult church and media nexus to attack Hinduism. Now, coming back to Joy Core, I've looked at more of her, messages online that she's been putting out with her claims. And there's one common picture that emerges from it, apart from there's just a rant of lies, but there's one common picture that emerges from it, and that she is the victim, and that she is innocent, and she's like as white as snow. And this is something that I wanted to delve into a little bit deeper, because when you always play the victim, you're really saying, I'm not taking responsibility, I'm not responsible. And when I think back of my time with her, as volunteers of Cosmic Fusion, the one thing that she's actually been doing all those years is play the victim. Now, truth be told is I was not clued on to who she really was, or what she was really doing, until it all came out around mid to end of 2017. So I had fallen for her mask. She was portraying herself to be like this very hardworking, dedicated volunteer. She had sacrificed her, her family time and her job even to for the mission of Cosmic Fusion, and I'd fallen for it. And this is where I really, the mistake I've made. This is where I fell short, because after everything came out, I started reflecting. I started thinking back on, okay, what did I miss? And really, the signs and the red flags had been there all along. Had I really been present, had I really been aware, had I kept my wits about me, and I could have seen the signs, even though they're not like obvious, but if you're present and aware, I should have been able to join the dots and see that this person is not saying who she claims to be. But this is where I fell short. I came with my own limitations, with my own distorted beliefs. I never even doubted anybody else who was, volunteering for Cosmic Fusion or was part of the facilitator and training program that was offered by Shimashiji. And this was offered to a smaller group of volunteers who had put their hands up to say, we really want to do more to serve the mission of Cosmic Fusion, because we love this, and the quantum work scale away photon pulse so much. It's so beautiful. What can we do? How can we serve and do more? So she was part of the facilitator training program, and I never even suspected, any of them who were part of that program to have ulterior motives or to not be genuine. I trusted each and every one of them, and for a long time, I think I also was a little bit self-absorbed with my own process. I did not pick up on the signs, but in hindsight, they were there. So I have to take my responsibility because I ended up enabling this person and even acted as a flying monkey on occasion. Um, and in that way, this was at the expense of cosmic fusion. So, it's not easy sometimes to look at what you've done, but you have to take responsibility. And this is my point: is that throughout this whole 5 years I've known her, she's never even taken responsibility once for anything. It was always somebody else's mistake. And she was somehow, innocent, and she was the hardworking one, and there were other people who were always to blame. And this is a real red flag. And the truth is, she's not innocent. Um, I've done considerable research. I've looked at all the WhatsApp messages that we've exchanged over the years. I've watched the videos from the retreats. I've watched the videos from the meetings that we had, to really understand what has happened and what has been going on. And the truth is that Joy Core she has been stealing Cosmic Fusion data. So the contact details of people who participated in our workshops and events, and she siphoned them to her own business. She set up numerous businesses. Because she had this plan, she wanted to become like this great healer and teacher and earn money. So yeah, she's stolen Cosmic Fusion data. She's also stolen Cosmic Fusion intellectual property. She's commercialized some of the precious sessions with the quantum Nordic scale away photon pulse that we were able to practice. One of them was known as the Kashik Records neutralizing session, which is, I'm not going into the details because this video would become too long, but it's such a gift of grace what the quantum Nordic scale away photon pulse can offer and is able to do. Now we were just allowed to practice it, and what she was doing is offering it into packages and asking hundreds and hundreds of dollars for it behind everyone's back, including Shimashiji's back. So here's a screenshot where you can see how she's trying to sell this to someone who doesn't even know the scheme she's up to. And she's given fake workshops. She's run fake, sessions. She's done fake interviews. Here's another screenshot of such an interview. And I've listened to that interview. It's again a whole bunch of word salad, but what you can see what she's doing there is she is glorifying herself and even making it seem like it's her who's bringing this amazing grace of the quantum Nordic scale away photon pulse to people, which is just the height of grandiosity, and it's not true. The other thing, of course, she's done is she's abused and exploited other volunteers, and also the ones in the facilitator and training program. And in particular, there was one volunteer who was also in Sydney, living in Sydney, in the Greater Sydney area where she is based. And she's really exploited this person financially, mentally, emotionally, even physically. She's made him do a lot of work for the renovation of her house after she bought a house, and of course not paying him for it. I've gone through the WhatsApp messages between them, and the way she's treating him is just nasty. And I've spoken to this person also, and just want to share one thing he experienced with her that indicates how cunning and conniving Joy Core can be. And so he he told me like they both set up a business together, and they were both directors in it, and of course there was a bank account associated with it. And at some point they needed a credit card because they wanted to do events and they wanted to use the credit card to pay for the events. So they went up to the bank, and just when they went, standing in front of the bank clerk, when it was their turn, she quickly tells him, I don't think I can put my name in there because my husband wouldn't really like it if I do that. So could you just put your name there? And he's very chivalrous, he's, very kind. So of course he puts his name down on the credit card. And as it turned out, they racked up a lot of debt, and all the debts are on him. She's gone, and he's left with the debts. So this is how she played, and this is a person who claims to be innocent, and none of this, she's shared none of this in any of her messages and videos on YouTube, what she's actually done. Zero responsibility she's taken. And one of the key lessons I've learned is if there's someone who's playing the perennial victim, is not taking responsibility, that's a big red flag. And of course, I've learned this at the expense of Cosmic Fusion, but I'm really hoping with this video, others might, learn from this and be more smart and more clued on. Now, there's a few more things I wanted to share. Because one of the things I said, she's, good at copying and stealing concepts and everything. So I've had another look at her YouTube channel, and what I could see there is that initially, after she set up her business called Awakening with Joy, she tried to piggyback off a well-known singer known as Damash. By supposedly analyzing the healing power in his songs. Her latest fad is Nikola Tesla codes. And if you see, she's even copying, mimicking the way Tesla is, his statue is. So, and also the name Awakening with Joy, she must have chosen carefully, because I did a little bit of a Google search, and Joy Awakening is a well-established, it's a new age, let's call it a modality, a new age thing. And so, and I know by, Googling that there are people who've mixed the two up and who ended up taking a session from her and then later on realizing that she's not associated with it and that she's a fraud. So, yes, this is my response. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was informative and has shed some light on things and answered maybe some of the questions you may have had. Thank you again.